and it hides many mysteries. Mysteries that many people unknown, and this is perhaps due to the hectic pace of life we lead. But certainly, when we take time to think about things that the world hides, it becomes a topic captivating. Most of us live in cities or towns, but some, due to climatic disaster, by geographical isolation or twist of fate, they were removed the world away from society as we know it. Now, I call you to see the 5 trips most isolated in the world. But first, I want to test you. This is the FLOCS trivia. If you have some previous knowledge in this area, this is the opportunity for you to predict the #1 place in this ranking. What country leaves the trip that is ranked one of the top? Is it in India, Ethiopia, or Brazil? Wait, and you will know if your answer is correct or not. Australia is without doubt a country with great nouns. There we will find from cities such as Sydney, Melbourne, and Canberra to the most inhospitable desert that you can imagine. This country has more than 15 deserts and is just one of them in the desert of Gippsland, located in Western Australia, where we find the trip ranks #5 in this top. It is the only trip in this ranking which currently no longer are insulated, but his story is interesting and deserves to be told with you, the Pintapi. Now known as Pintapi 9 because it was a family comprised of 9 members, 2 co-wives and 7 children, 4 boys and 3 girls. This family of nomadic hunters and gatherers were insulated for more than 20 years. They lost on a journey that made her try to the missions. After the father of the 7 children died, possibly to eat canned food in despair of an old mining camp, things were further complicated for these young mothers. They drank water of McDonald and Mackay lakes. They also had weapons like lance and boomerangs. With these weapons, they hunted Australian varano and wild rabbits. In addition, the Pintapi collect fruit of the local flora. In October 1984, one of the oldest members of the tribe found and recognized the Pintapi 9 in the desert, who seeing him, the Pintapi 9 fled. But the man returned shortly with other people and convinced the Pintapi to accompany them to civilization, with the promise that they will find plenty of food and water coming out peeping. Today, a mother died, a son returned to the desert, and the rest lived with former members of the tribe. The case was very famous in Australia and captured the attention of the mainstream media in that country. If you want to know the tribe ranked 4th, you will have to accompany me to Peru, and not Lima, but to Gutsi, an enigmatic region known as Mother of God, located fully in the Amazon. In 1894, Carlos Fitzcarrald, an entrepreneur robber, brutally repressed tribes opposed his business, forcing the survivors to retreat to remote forest areas. There, they built shacks made of palm leaves in riverbanks during the dry season fishing, and then retired to the jungle on the rainy season. Because of illegal logging and oil and gas exploration, the anthropologist Glenn Shepard, who had contact with it in 1999, ensures that the views of this trip has increased. Meet the Macho period. This tribe comprised of about 500 members, but reputation has acquired because in 2012 the local guide Nicholas Chaco Flores was found dead with a bamboo arrow that crossed his heart. Maybe it's a warning that they are left in peace. It is also known that they throw spears at tourists and rangers. Today, the Peruvian government provides contact with this tribe. In October 2011, the Ministry of Environment of Peru released a video of Macho period. Watch the video below.
Lo han sacado la etiqueta de la gaseosa. Flecha, 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 flecha. Flecha, 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 flecha.
In the country represented by this flag lives the tribe that takes third place in this top, with 240 million people in more than 17,000 islands. We will stroll through Indonesia. In this insular country lives this tribe of approximately 3,000 inhabitants. Far from big cities as his capital Jakarta, within regions where human presence is almost nil. Such is the case of the island of New Guinea. It belongs to two countries, the eastern half, Papua New Guinea, and its western half to Indonesia. It was there when on March 17, 1974, the anthropologist Peter Van Hars discovered the Koroway. In the past, this tribe considered foreigners as ghost demons, but in the actuality, many even work for tourism companies. To protect themselves from floods and predators, the Koroway built elaborate houses on the tops of the trees, in which live together in groups of 10 to 12 individuals. Here are the deaths of terror. Is produced with some frequency wars between clans due to accusation of witchcraft, which is punished with cannibalism on the so-called guilty. The Koroway worship the spirits of their ancestors and believe in immediate reincarnation in the new baby of the clan. Do you want to know more? The act of cannibalism are not involved pregnant women and children. The victim is tortured, executed, and devoured. The brain, still hot, the first to be eaten. We are going to Brazil. If you think about it, it's incredible that in a country in which the village stops before events, sports that many joys give to Brazil, there is people in your territory that are unaware of this and that even, very probably, do not even know the football. Yes, these people are real and live in the state of Acre. It all started on Jan 27, 2014, when, on the banks of the Envira River, a local ethnic group, the Ashaninka, looked to two indigenous unknown. 2 days later, these Indians are contact with the Ashaninkas. Not is known because, but anthropologists believe that is due to the pressure exerted by the loggers. The National Foundation of the Indian of Brazil decided to spread a video of this tribe. That, ladies and gentlemen, is unknown. Nothing is known on the subject, but look at the video and draw your own conclusions.
Papado!
Tira da macho.
Pá, não tem pá. Papado! Não tem. Vai! Chara! Chara não! Chara aí! Não! Chara! Aí, ó! Olha! Não até lá, aí, ó! Chara!
Ini ke arah sini, kan? Cardio tiki, cardio, eu não gosto de cardio, não. Ele disse.
We arrived at the top of this ranking after meeting the Pinchapi in Australia, to the Machu Picchu in Peru, the Korowai in Indonesia, and a tribe unknown in Brazil. What will be the most isolated tribe from planet? What answered you in the trivia question? India. You were right. But this tribe does not live in the continental part of the country, but it is on a small island east of the Bay of Bengal, in the Andaman Sea. This paradise island, called Sentinel the North, has 6 miles wide. Might seem the perfect dream of any tourist, but with what you heard below, you will never want to waking up in this place. Marco Polo, in the 13th century, already warned people that if a foreigner comes to their lands, as kill immediately, and then is it. They present to the Sentinelese. It believes that this tribe traveled from Africa 60,000 years ago. They resist strict contact with the outside world. In January 2006, 2 fishermen looking for crabs accidentally arrived on the island. Who knows the kind of terror that have invaded these fishermen to see death face to face? Since they were murdered by the Sentinelese. Other fishermen who saw the fact reported to the authorities, who arrived days later to try to rescue the corpses. The helicopter was met by a hail of stones and spears. Get the thing about what will happen by the head of the Sentinelese to see that machine of steel flying around their island. The helicopter blades were uncovered the buried corpses on the sand, refuting the cannibalism theory expounded by Marco Polo, or at least in this case. In 1967, the Indian authorities began a program of progressive contact with the Sentinelese, program which in fact had to be cancelled 23 years later by the repeated attacks of this tribe. Be established then a exclusion zone 3 miles around North Sentinel. Experts say that this island would be how to make a travel in time to the Neolithic. The Sentinelese learned to use metals straight from the Greeks, but there is no evidence of agriculture or use of fire. It believes also that the condition of life must be extremely hard because otherwise population growth would have already finished with the resource of the island. In a census carried out helicopter in 2001 has estimated the population in approximately 14 inhabitants, and it knows that they have survived the tsunami of 2004. Just imagine being in the midst of a Sentinelese for a moment, to know that so different 2 hours have on the world and life. The Indian government decided that the wisest is forget about the existence of this tribe. Finally, I leave a video that published National Geographic about the Sentinelese, the most isolated tribe of the
Ok ve
world.
yaylar fırlatıyorlardı, bizi tehdit ediyorlardı, bize uyarı okları atıyorlardı. Ayrıca bize arkalarını dönüyor ve popolarının üzerine oturuyorlardı. Bu da bizi hor gördükleri, aşağıladıkları, orada istemedikleri anlamına geliyordu.
Sentineller son bir ret olarak kumsala bırakılan domuzu katledip gömdüler ve gittiler. Kabile bugüne kadar dış dünyadan gelen tüm hareketleri reddetmeye devam etti.
I hope that the video liked it. If so, help me following 2 steps. First, what you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and second, share the video on the main social networks like Facebook and Twitter. I also have a page on Facebook where you can give a like. Sorry for my way of speaking English. I am Argentine and I do my best. I want that channel to build together. Therefore, leave a comment that you want to see in the next video, as well as suggestion that the channel continues to grow. I am FLOCS. Thank you and see you later.